again. They'd rather go with a lower level free agent like Equanimeous St. Brown and then give their young guys reps and hope that one of them is good at football instead of signing a veteran that they know they can play. At least that's kind of what they've done in the past. Let's talk some Kings roster. We were going to do this yesterday, and we kicked the can down the road today. And I want to make sure we get this in because we've talked so much about does the Kings sign another point guard? Who starts? What does this look like? Where are they at with adding Jonathan Kuminga? All this other stuff. Where does Devin Carter play? So I want to go position by position, figure out who's on the roster that can play that position and what the depth chart we think kind of looks like right now with the roster as constructed. So at point guard, I would be shocked if anybody but Dennis Schroeder is starting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there is an avenue where you could say, hey, look, we're going to have an open competition between Malik Monk and Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder's a better defender. Monk is I don't know. They're very similar as far as players. I wouldn't be totally shocked. I think it would be easier to start Malik again with Dennis Schroeder there than it was when you didn't have someone that could be another Malik Monk off the bench.
So you think realistically Malik Monk has a chance to start a point guard for the Kings this year?
Probably not, but I would at least have, walk into camp saying, hey, every job is up for grabs.
You can't do that.
You don't think so?
I mean, theoretically, yes. Kyle Shanahan always says with the Niners training camp, every job is open. Fred Warner is not fighting for his job. Nick Bosa is not fighting for his job. Brock Purdy is not fighting for his job. Let's keep it a stack.
Yeah.
I would be floored if Scott Perry walked into his first press conference, said the first thing this team needs is a point guard. And then they overpay Dennis Schroeder to bring in Dennis Schroeder and then go, actually, you're going to come in behind Malik Monk, though. No chance. No chance.
I mean,
never say never. I would be shocked if they did that. And honestly, I would lambaste the signing even more.
Okay, but if it's a player that isn't just like a guaranteed starter, you know what I mean? Because I think that, that's the problem you have when you have.
Then,
I mean,
all right.
Let's be honest. Dennis Schroeder, again, you can love it, the signing, hate the signing. I mean, he started 8 of his 28 games with Detroit last year and 18 of his 24 with the Warriors and 23 of his 23 with Brooklyn. My goodness, he played for 3 teams.
Right. So
yeah.
He started on the team that didn't have a point guard. He didn't start on the team that had Steph Curry, and he didn't start on the team that had Cade Cunningham.
Yeah. But if you look at, he started 49 out of 75, but for his career, he started 424 out of 842 games.
No, I know. This isn't a Dennis Schroeder has to start because Dennis Schroeder is awesome. This is a Scott Perry made it very clear they needed a point guard, and then they made it very clear that Dennis Schroeder is the point guard they needed.
Yeah.
If you bring him in and then go, actually, Malik Monk is going to start. What? That would be nuts to me. That would be, if you're that confident that Malik Monk could be your starting point guard, then what was the whole Dennis Schroeder thing for?
No, I'm with you. But I'd also say Malik Monk was your starter at the end of the season until he got hurt. And then when you brought him back off the bench. And
he was the starter. And he was so much the starter that Scott Perry went, this is not going to work, this roster. It needs a point guard.
Yes.
It was the whole deal. It was the whole thing.
I understand. I get it.
If Malik Monk is better than Dennis Schroeder at point guard, the Kings have a problem.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, I mean, I think they have a problem either way. I think basically they're trying to turn 2 point guards that are, basically would rank in the 20s as starting point guards and somewhere between 20 and 30 in the league and starting point guards. And you're trying to convert that into one starting level, higher starting level point guard.
And Schroeder's a starter. Monk is probably your second.
Okay.
Because I don't think they have another player on their roster unless Nate Clifford makes a preseason leap as the primary ball handler.
Mm-hmm. I know, people saying, they signed Dennis. If he's not going to be the starter, then look, this guy has he's never been guaranteed a starting job ever in his career.
I get. Yeah. It's not about Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
It's about Scott Perry. This is a Scott Perry thing.
Mm-hmm.
if Scott Perry went, this team needs a point guard. First and foremost, above all else, forget everything else I have on my agenda. Point guard first.
Yep.
And then they sign that point guard, and then he doesn't even start.
Well,
that would be that implies that they didn't need a point guard.
Well, yeah, but the level of point guard that you got isn't just head and shoulders above what you already had.
Why did you pay him $14 million? Why didn't you just go get one of the cheaper guys?
Hey man, I'm just gonna tell you,
he has to start. This is why he has to start.
The same logic that we use every other time. Malik Monk makes $4 million more, almost $5 million more a year than Dennis Schroeder. Like straight up. Hey,
I guess
if I have two guys that one of them's way younger, one of them, they both played the same exact position. They both have had times where they're a starter and times where they're coming off the bench. To me, it's a coin flip. I think Schroeder's a better defender. So that's probably what gives him the advantage in the starting lineup. But outside of that, like, I'm not like, hey, if I'm having a training camp battle, that's one of them right there. That's a training camp battle. I told you the other day, there are only two players that I think today are guaranteed starting jobs.
If the Kings went from, we'll revisit what you just said, but if the Kings went, I'm going to beat this dead horse. If the Kings went from starting Malik Monk to the point and having that go to the point where their GM said, we need a point guard first and foremost. And then they bring in a point guard, and then Malik Monk is in all these trade rumors, and Malik Monk may not fit what they're trying to do. And they're going to trade Malik Monk for Dennis Schroeder. And then Malik Monk winds up starting over Dennis Schroeder. That's a tough pill for me to swallow.
Okay.
That's tough. Because
well,
I don't think Malik Monk is a starting NBA point guard.
Yeah, but I also, can keep it real. I don't think Dennis Schroeder's a starting NBA point guard either.
Sure.
Okay.
I guess. Then why'd you sign him?
Well, you signed him because he's still a good player. It's not that he's a bad player. But I mean, again, he started almost exactly half of his 842 career games.
Right.
Like, so
how many's Malik started?
That's a good question. Malik has started. First of all, he hasn't played 800 games. He started 83 of his 523.
All right.
But again, he started 45 out of 65 games last year.
Why? Why did he start last year?
He started due to a trade. Well, no.
Because they didn't have a point guard.
Well, no, he started the shooting guard first. You remember they moved him into the starting lineup alongside De'Aaron Fox.
That's right.
They started him because Kevin Huerter forgot how to play.
Right.
Yeah. So, hey, look, I'm just saying, like, if I'm having a true, honest, open competition, training camp, I know my starting center is Domantas Sabonis. I know my starting power forward is Keegan Murray. Okay. Outside of that, you probably know that Zach LaVine is your starting shooting guard. I don't know about DeMar DeRozan. If you want to, like, somebody has to play off the bench and score.
Okay.
I'm having an open competition for it.
Okay. We should have started the show with this. Okay. Kenny, we're taking this way into D-Lo and KC.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's just, Schroeder and Monk are their point guard options. Who starts TBD, I guess. Are you keeping Mason Jones as your 15th guy to be the third point guard? Did he show enough in Summer League, or are you rocking with Devin Carter? Zach LaVine can run some point. DeMar DeRozan can handle the ball, and you just try and piece it together if you need to get down to a third point guard.
It's tough, man, because I think, like, again, Devin Carter's on the roster. If he's on the roster right now, which, that of course is what's happening. If he's on the roster, then you have to at least have some spot. Like, I'm not going to sign a 26-year-old Mason Jones, put myself into luxury tax or real close to it.
Yeah. So he can be the third point guard, maybe.
So he can be he's 27. So he can be a third. Hey, happy birthday to Mason Jones, who turned 27 yesterday.
Hey, salute.
Yeah. I'm just not going to put him in a starting. I mean, I'm not going to sign him when I know I have a player who can do some of the same
Yeah.
things he can.
Yeah.
And then that's just tough for Mason. Now, if you're
Okay.
going to keep 15 men on the roster, maybe they do a non-guaranteed deal. And we don't know what Doug McDermott's contract is either as far as guaranteed money versus not. Because I'm pretty sure last year he had like 800,000 guaranteed. And then they had until like right before the trade deadline to waive him
That's
or
right.
to guarantee the money in January. And then they ended up keeping him. But I definitely, if you're looking at a budget option, Mason Jones would at least be that. And you could at least give him a contract that was, a league minimum deal
Sure.
that isn't fully guaranteed.
Okay, I don't want to think about Mason Jones anymore for the time being.
Nope.
Salute to him for having a birthday yesterday, but I'm taking him off my chart here.
Yep, I take him off your chart.
Okay. Zach LaVine starting at shooting guard. I would put that in stone. You're less certain.
I think that that's probably what's going to happen. I do, but I also, stranger things have happened.
I would be over the moon if the Kings approached this season in a way that was, Zach can come off the bench.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think
I mean,
so
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Keon is going to come off the bench.
I think so too. So LaVine, if we're just listing out a depth chart, LaVine's at the top, and then I've got Keon behind him. And is Devin Carter your third shooting guard?
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
because
I don't know. Although if I'm giving a third shooting guard minutes,
it's probably Nick Clifford.
Probably Nick, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather give him those minutes at this point.
You're gonna have to steal minutes from positions all day long. Plus, like, look, your third shooting guard is probably Malik Monk. He's your backup point guard. Like, you're gonna play Dennis Schroeder and Malik Monk more than a combined 48 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna eat into
play
that
together a lot.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see like that position's like 54 to 56 minutes between those two players. That's what they're gonna play on this season. So you got to figure out how that happens.
54 to 56
combined minutes.
Got it.
At a position where you only have 48 minutes.
Right.
So you're going to steal 6 to 8 minutes from the shooting guard position where they're going to play together.
So are we taking Terrence Davis off the list?
Yeah, I mean, Terrence Davis is going to have a tough time making the team.
Yeah.
Because of the depth at the position. And now, if the Kings move on from a guy like Devin Carter, then sure, I could easily see Terrence Davis making the team. But they haven't moved on from Devin Carter.
Yeah.
So, it's tough.
Moving to small forward, DeMar DeRozan probably starts.
Probably.
And then Nick Clifford should probably get a lot of minutes there.
You would hope so.
Because your other options are now Doug McDermott and maybe Isaiah Crawford.
Yeah, I would even add, well, Isaiah Crawford, first of all, hasn't even signed a 2-way contract, so he's still on the bubble as to whether or not he's going to be around or not.
And he's off the list. He's gone. I'm taking him off the list.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So the guy that if I'm looking at that position, I'm going to want to cut DeMar down to like 28 minutes, and I'm going to want Neek to play close to 20. And I don't even know if that's feasible because, I mean, we're talking about, again, that point guard position needing an extra 6 to 8 minutes. We get to the shooting guard position. I mean, Zach LaVine, I'm going to put at 32 minutes. I'm going to put Keon Ellis at a guy who needs like 24 minutes plus.
Yeah.
And that right there is 56 minutes. So I'm now over budget. So I need to steal.
Yeah.
And so, hey, is there a world in which I could see a starting backcourt of Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis with Zach LaVine at the 3? Yes, there is that world. I mean, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are literally the same height. Like, we can talk, he's not really. It's like, yeah, he's played plenty of small forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guarantee you this, like, Zach LaVine is a better athlete than DeMar DeRozan at 30 versus 30, 35, 36.
Yes, absolutely. And then Doug McDermott's also there. Moving to power forward. Keegan Murray's going to start.
Yep.
Pencil that in. Isaac Jones?
That's where it gets tough, man. Isaac Jones,
your like quote unquote true fours are. I mean, Keegan Murray's not even to me a true four, but he has to be for the purposes of the Kings roster.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm trying not to get swept up in the last couple of summer league games, but I'm tying in what we saw last regular season too, the flashes you saw from Isaac Jones, where you felt good about him as a potential NBA player. I think if when Dario Saric is your other option, I to me I'm rolling with Isaac Jones, and I'm feeling really good about the decision.
Well, that and even Dario Saric. I'm going to keep saying this. I don't even know if he makes a team, and if he does, there's a chance he makes a team because you want his $5.5 million salary to trade him down the road.
Sure.
For potentially part of another transaction.
Yeah.
Which is why I was always so hard on Monty and West for actually giving away a second-round pick to get rid of McDaniels last year.
It's crazy.
Because it's like, hey, look, man, number one, you could have traded him at the deadline as part of a larger package, which clearly you could have done.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you could have just stretch provisioned him and paid and saved $3 million right there.
Yep.
And kept moving, but no, they gave up a second-round pick for it.
Yeah, hopefully the Saric ad is more strategic down the line.
Yeah.
Than just the immediacy of, okay, Denver wants Valanciunas, we can get Sarge back, we'll shed $5 million and figure out the rest later. I hope there's more to this than that, where they are going, okay, if we can't add him in a trade, we're ready to stretch provision him, and we'll be done with that. I don't think there's any basketball reason for Dario Saric to play legitimate minutes for the Kings.
No, I would agree with you unless it's a breaking case of emergency. You have a
sure.
bunch of injuries, or something happens to Keegan, and you're like, we can't live with Isaac Jones as like the lone power forward on this roster for long term. Yeah, I definitely could see, even like if Dario Saric was the option, like Trey Lyles to me is a more functional NBA player than Dario Saric.
Yeah. Oh, I think by a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, I would have rather had Trey back on a league minimum deal than Dario Saric.
Do you know how many games Dario Saric played for Denver last year?
No.
16. He played 13 minutes a night in those 16 games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, another crazy thing, if you had asked me just off the rip, how old is Dario Saric, I'd have said like 35.
No, he's like
31.
Yeah, okay. I thought he's 29, 30.
31. Like he's been in the league for 20 years.
Yeah.
He's just been around.
I think Dario might even fall into like the Alex Lynn category. Like if you really, really have a problem and you need to like plug a player in like for a short stint, okay, you've got him.
He's going to be in the right spot. He can knock down a three. 36% for his career, although he shot 27% from three last year. Woof.
Well, that's not good.
But if he's hanging out in the corner, you don't hate the like he's gonna. I just don't want to watch Dario Saric play basketball. He's not on this iteration of the Kings.
Mm-mm.
I think they have more uses for those potential minutes. Dario Saric nicknames real quick on Basketball Reference. Super Dario. It's like Super Mario. Okay, that makes sense. CC